walking in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes. You'll stumble in my footsteps.
Good morning and welcome to, I think it's day 9, my lucky number. I hope it is lucky because I'm dreading today. I've got just under 15 miles to go. It's a very long one for me and it starts with a very steep hill. Really not looking forward to today. I don't know, I'm not feeling it today, lacking on energy. Let me just get up this hill, yeah, and then we'll start talking. Okay, that's the first mile out of the way. Yeah, I stayed at, I think it's called Coxford Cottages last night. Fantastic place. Really, really happy with that. You can camp there, but they did have a room and it was really cheap, so I got the room, and it's the best room I've stayed in so far. It was absolutely fantastic. So I'd recommend that place. Now, the problem I'm having, as you can tell, I'm probably looking like I'm a bit low on energy. It's because I'm low on energy. I didn't see a shop all yesterday. So I couldn't buy anything to eat, and there isn't a shop for the first 7 miles of today, but then I get into Bude, which is quite a big place, so I'll be able to stock up there. But yeah, all I had to eat yesterday was a sandwich, a big chunky one which I made myself the night before. You know, it was a substantial, nice sandwich, but not enough. That's the only thing I ate yesterday. It's the only problem with these country roads, you know, finding food, as stupid as it may sound. As you can see, I did make a bit of an effort in doing something here. Now what I've done, someone gave me the idea, they said get a thick towel and cut it up and use it as padding. I didn't do that, I used a Calvin Klein sock. I'm really sorry, Mazzy, I've still got one left. Mazzy bought me them. Calvin Klein sock and some Gorilla Tape, and put that round, and I think that's going to help a little bit. The only downside to that is it's had to push this strap up a bit, and that's a bit higher than I want it, and I'm feeling that on there. So I might have to slacken that or do something with that. But yeah, I thought that were a pretty good little effort on my behalf. Just no energy today. I'm not even hungry. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hungry, but I know I need food because I've just no energy to do this. I've only just realised we're coming across the sea again. Over there. And there's the bay there, which I presume's Bude, which is where we're heading, which doesn't look far at all, but it's still, I think, 6.5 miles. Now, I could have gone back on that coastal path, you know, the up and down horrible one, which nearly killed me the other day. We'd have got some fantastic views, but no way am I doing that today. 15 miles, that's a lot of miles for me at the moment. I have done it, I think, either once or twice, definitely once already on this trip. I've done 16 miles, but I'm just not up to that today. So I was doing a few calculations this morning before I set off. I wasn't even sure how many miles I've done so far, and I'm amazed at how little I have done, to be honest with you. At the end of today, I'll have done 104.6 miles, which is an average of 11.65 miles per day, which isn't bad. I'm quite reasonably happy with that. 11.6, that's alright. But if you put it on Google Maps from there to Land's End, it only says 87 miles, because that takes you straight up that's telling you to walk straight up the main road. So that gives you a good example of, a good idea of how many more miles I'm going to be doing than the sign at Land's End said. That said 867 miles or something to John of Groats, but it's obviously going to be a lot more. So Google say I've done 87 miles, but I've actually done 104.6. Or I will have done after today. Honestly, I feel like I've done a lot more than 104 mile. A lot more. I feel like I've walked halfway around the world and back. Hello? Are you coming to see me? Hello? Hello? Oh, you ignorant git. I just realised that bay down there wasn't Bude like I thought it was. Never mind. I've just had a rethink and it's brightened me up a bit. If I've done 104 miles, that's further than I did when I walked coast to coast a few years ago. So I'm buzzing about that. Now I'm thinking about it, I've done coast to coast again. And the good news about today is I'm leaving Cornwall. I'll have crossed the entire length of Cornwall. We're going into Devon, a new county. So yeah, I've got things to be excited about. I've got things to be happy about. Come on, keep your spirits up, Dan. Let's turn this into a good day. So just walking down the hill here, and the view gets nice. I think I'm actually going on the coastal path just for a mile or two, and then back on the road. Because I don't think there's another way around it, but never mind. But it's a steep downhill here and then a steep back up, and that's what I'm not looking forward to. Right, I've had a change of plan. I came down this hill and I just spoke to the owners of that house, who sounded very much like they're from where I'm from. And I said, is this hill as steep as it looks? And they says, it's actually steeper than that. They says, you're best going on the coastal path, which is up here, because it cuts out a corner. And once you get to the top of here, it's not too bad into Bude. But look at it, man. You really can't tell on the camera how steep that is. It is ridiculously steep. But once I get to the top, we should be alright, unless they're lying. Well, that was by far the steepest hill I've been up so far. You were almost rock climbing getting up there. So hard. Now, checking my GPS, this is the way I was supposed to go, so I'm glad they did say something at the bottom. The other way, it's another half an hour on the road. So this is the bit where I think I do maybe a couple of miles on the coastal path. So I'm going to have this wind problem again, this breathing problem. Beautiful views again. I can't be stopping for all the views all the way along like I did the other day. Got too far to walk, man. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. You ignorant git. Well, that wasn't so bad at all. It was only about half a mile on the coastal path. And it was quite pleasant actually once I'd got to the top. And then you can just hop across to the road again. Excellent. This is what we need. Still 4.2 miles to Bude. And then I think I've still got 7.5 miles to go to the next. I give up. I'm going to have to stop counting. Welcome to outdoor adventure. So I'm guessing, looking at this sign, Family Activity Holidays, Widemouth Bay. I'm guessing that's where we are now. Gone downhill again. Telling you, sooner they level the roads, the better. I reckon, once I've completed this trip, I reckon it will go to Parliament. I think there'll be a lot of people talking about it by then. It's going to go to Parliament and they're going to decide, let's do it. Let's flatten all the hills, get rid. A comment from a viewer. Can't remember the name now, I think it was John Dunn. If someone stopped and offered you a lift, and maybe 30 miles, would you do it on the sly? No. I've already been offered lifts 3 or 4 times. In fact, as soon as I got out of the gate this morning, someone pulled up and says, do you want a lift? Nah. No point in trying to cheat, is there? It's all about getting to John O'Groats and then lying on your deathbed at the end of your life and saying, I did that. That's what it's all about for me. For me, this will be the biggest achievement I am capable of ever. So that's what's keeping me going, really. Very slowly. Who said Hitler was dead? He lives here. Now just here, or just here, They're selling food. And all I can smell is bacon sandwiches. It smells absolutely gorgeous. There's loads of cars there. I'm starving. But I can't stop. I ain't got time to stop for hot food. I'm just going to have to get something in Bude to eat when I get to my destination, because I am a little bit worried about getting there before dark. I've got, I think, 10 miles to go. Gets dark at 4:30. It is nearly 12 o'clock, which you'd think should be easy really, but it isn't. It's taking me at least an hour and a half to do 3 miles, because I'm stopping to record, I'm stopping for rests. You know, there's a lot of reasons why I'm walking slower than your average person who, yeah, 3 miles an hour, 3 miles in an hour, no problem. That's alright if you don't have to stop. I have to stop on many occasions for many different reasons. So I'm a bit worried about getting there before dark, so as we're getting into Bude, I think I'm going to be putting this camera away. It's very blustery, so probably have to go back onto the phone camera, which is going to mean wind noise. And I know on yesterday's video when I was editing it, just full of wind noise, it spoilt the video. But I can't do anything about that. I'm really going to have to put my foot down after Bude. Well, today is proving to be a nightmare. Possibly my scariest moment so far. 8 miles to go. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I started getting a pain on the top of my foot. I don't know what that's from. I've tried adjusting the straps. Don't know, it's not my ankle, it's just on top of my foot. The wind is just taking my breath away and it's blowing me over. Cars whizzing past me. And I think coming out of Bude, which I've not reached yet, going to where I'm going, I think there's going to be even more cars. And it's Sunday. Sunday drivers all over the place. Yeah, I'm getting a bit concerned now. Let's just get into Bude. One more little hill to do and then it's a drop down into Bude. And it'll be about 1 o'clock by the time I'm in Bude, really. Which gives me 3.5 hours to do 8 miles. That is such a tough ask of me at the moment. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anywhere near that because of all the stops I have to keep having, which I have to have. You know, got a big pack on my back. Big pack on my back. Yeah, I got it right first time. I'm gonna have to put you away now, I think. And just go for it. Well, no, I'll do it next time I stop. I need to get the donation bit out of the way and then I'll put you away. Not liking this today. My legs are like, I don't know, I'm limping a bit. My thighs are in a bit on the left hand side. I don't know why, it's just niggly little things and they just come and go, you know. I think I just need a really good massage. If you ever wondered what the Cornish flag looks like, there it is. Black with a white cross. Okay, I'm going to put the camera away now. The limp is getting really bad. I'm going to get some ibuprofen out and hopefully that'll get me through to where I need to be. It's 7.5 miles. But this thigh is really starting to hurt. I don't know why. Getting worried. So I'm going to put the camera away and I'll just catch up with you if I make it to the hotel. Okay, so I've got quite a lot of things to say, but before I do that I'm going to run through the donations from yesterday. And to do this you're going to see something different, something you've never seen before. Me in glasses. I'm very paranoid about wearing glasses. I hate wearing glasses. I never wear them out of a house. You'll never see me on the streets with them on. But I've already taken my contact lenses out, so I'm going to have to put them on to read this. Don't laugh. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Donation. Well, people I want to thank Derek Hutton, Lee Reynolds, Mr. and Mrs. MFA and Raven Girl, Jason and Ines Fairclough, Anonymous, Jeff Smith, The Bauman Family, Myra Jensen, Brian Pearson, North Face Wanderer, Kevin Morris, Rich H, Chris B, Peter Singleton, Kerry Golden, Tonard, Don Ivers, I'm not sure how we say that, Don, sorry, Julian Allen Hogan, Peter Gill, Richard Woolley Mitten, David Yamed, Scott Carpenter, Stephen Shepherd, Stephen Thomas, Luke Hood, Susan Hartley, Sean Reed, Ocean Pool Services, GP Sit, Mitchell Hayden, Duncan Bassett, and Jan and Steve Harding. Thank you very, very, very much. So yesterday we raised, for the appeal, £316. Absolutely amazing. It really is. So far we've raised £4,513. Right, I can take them off again now and feel a little bit cooler. I'm absolutely overwhelmed, I really am. The amount of donations which are coming in, it's astounding. And it really keeps me going. I'm on the walk and my phone will bleep and it'll be a donation, and it really, really keeps me going. So thank you all so much. Please keep the donations coming. Link downstairs in the description. The Just Giving link, and let's raise some more money for Tom and for the hospital. Thank you all so very much. I lied about the glasses. I've got to have them on for this. Right, so what happened is I walked about 8 miles today and I had 7 miles left to walk, and I started to get like a strain in my groin and I started limping, and let me just turn you around, and a pain there, as if my shoelace wasn't tied very well. I don't know what that was about. I've not had it until today. Anyway, I was limping, and I knew I would have to walk very fast to get to the bed and breakfast I was supposed to stay at tonight, to get there before it got dark. And I just knew I wasn't up to it. I stopped in Bude. I sat on a bench and I thought, I can't do this. If I do, I might do more damage. I don't think there's damage. It's not like... It's hard to explain. It's like a little strain in my thigh or something, and I'm hoping I can sort it out. So, I took the executive decision to stay in Bude tonight, which certainly is not ideal, because I'd already paid for the place I was supposed to be staying at and I couldn't get a refund. So I've had to get somewhere else here and pay extra, but it's meant a lot of things. Now I've got everything I needed to do to sort my life out, sort this trip out. The one thing I do not want to do is quit or get injured, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure I complete this trip. So, I got in this, it's above a pub, it's not the best, it's not got a good internet signal at all, there's no signal in this part of the town of Bude. I'm supposed to be speaking to Mazzy on the phone very soon, and I just hope we can get a signal. I'm not sure if we will. But anyway, I got here, and then I went to Boots for some things. Now, firstly, I was amazed, because I needed these. I got some more batteries. I didn't think they'd sell batteries at Boots. 10 quid. I got some more of these, which I absolutely adore. But again, they're £3.50 a day, or every 2 days. I make them last 2 days, I try to. But they go on the little bottoms of your feet there, and they're wonderful. But I thought, I'm going to go to town this time. I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to make sure I can do this. So I got some of this pressure relief insoles. Okay, so that's gonna help, and some gel active everyday kind of insole things. So I'm gonna try both of these, try the pads, and hope that helps my feet a little bit, which aren't a massive problem, but they're not great, you know what I mean? But the main thing for my thigh strain, I got some, this weighs a ton actually, I'm going to have to use like half of this just tonight. Some Epsom salts. Some people have said, have a bath in Epsom salts, and I'm thinking, how often do I get a chance to have a bath? You don't get baths in hotels. There's a bath in this hotel. So I've got some Epsom salts. I'm going to have a bath in about an hour. There was one more thing I nearly forgot, which people were telling me to get, is the ibuprofen gel to rub into your legs. So I think I've made the right choice. You know, say in the description if you think in the comments if you think I'm wrong. If I'd have tried to walk that extra 7.5 mile, 8, whatever it was today, I think I'd have been close to having to quit this trip. I think I'd have been in too much agony. I've been feeling really good lately. Low on energy because I haven't eaten yesterday, apart from a little sandwich. But I've got food now. I've just had a doner kebab. I've got a massive pasty over there. I've got sweet things to eat. I've got, you know, like cakes from the bakery and stuff. I've got lots of things to give me loads of calories tonight. And I just want to sort myself out because when I set off this morning, everything was fantastic, apart from the food. Now, everything's fantastic because I've got everything I need. Oh, whoa. I forgot the main thing. The main thing. Right. The rucksack, it's useless. Absolutely useless. I went into the shop where I actually got that from. Not the shop, but the same company. To get a new one because that is the only one in this town who sells them. And I went in and I thought, I wonder if they've got any different ones. They had this one. Really didn't want to be paying this, but I need it. I cannot cope with that rucksack. Reduced from £140 to £55. So I've got a new rucksack. It seems, certainly the belt part is much thicker. It's even got a little pocket on there. And the straps seem a lot thicker as well. So I'm going to transfer everything into that. Ditch my old piece of rubbish. Have a bath. Put all my gel on. Sort my shoes and feet out. New batteries. It's just been a nightmare day. I know this has dragged on, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just time for me now to look after my body and replan for tomorrow. These things are going to happen, I suppose. But at least I'm not quitting, that's the main thing. I'm so determined to finish this now. Whether it takes me... I want it to be 3 months, that was the whole idea. Even if it takes me 40 years, I am going to finish this trip. So, I can take them off now and look cool again. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I hope this video's made some kind of sense. Best to look after yourself than push on and injure yourself. That's what I'm thinking. So that's what I've done. Speak to you all later. We'll see you bright and early, and we're going to go again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Try walking in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes. You'll stumble in my footsteps.